Action Plan 2030, 2047, District-wise GDDP build-up, Gross District Domestic Product, Ramanathapuram District. Copyright, CorporateMOM, Corporate Management Orbiter Mission.
Hello friends, this is another interesting one from CorporateMOM. We had earlier discussed about the GDP. Then we have discussed about the GSDP, Gross State Domestic Product. Now I am coming to the next one, which is normally not being discussed anywhere. I call it as a GDDP, Gross District Domestic Products, one layer down. What it did very recently, I came to know of OPS, that is O Paneerselvam, is standing for the election from my constituency. I belong to Ramanathapuram. What I did was to establish my connection with OPS, that's number one, which I did through some of my BJP people, as well as my connected with, since I hailed from my place, Ramanathapuram. It was very easy for me to get connected, which I am describing in this video. The purpose is very simple. I have undertaken to create a blueprint for Ramanathapuram District for the purpose of GDDP 2030. We had discussed about GDP for, the country as a whole, $5 trillion by 2030. And we have also at that point of time had talked about GSDP of Gujarat state. Now I am coming down to GDDP of Ramanathapuram district, which is near Rameshwaram. Ramanathapuram is where Rameshwaram is part of the Member of Parliament's constituency. And also Kachativu. Kachativu belongs to me because I belong to Ramanathapuram. Ramanathapuram Raja of Ramnad, whom we are very close with from 1934. So if I say that Kachativu belongs to me, I belong to Kachativu as well. GDDP of Ramanathapuram district, creating a blueprint, currently roughly about 2% of $300 billion of Tamil Nadu. It may be about $4 billion. And setting up, say, $20 or $30 billion by 2030 is an exercise which I am undertaking with the help of all my Ramanathapuram friends, as well as from various statistics available as well. The purpose is very clear. Allow OPS to finish his 19th April election. Then you should be free. We are somewhere in April 4th today, and April 19th will be over. And the whole of May is there then. Then only by June 4th, he will be in undertaking as a Member of Parliament, hopefully. The purpose is this, that is, hand over the blueprint as we have done for GDP, $5 trillion, as we have done for GSDP for $1.5 trillion for Gujarat state, do the GDP of $30 billion for Ramanathapuram district. Hand over the blueprint to Mr. Paneerselvam, who would eventually become the Member of Parliament. That would be the implementation program for the Member of Parliament, is being connected with. All that a particular district does is going and appealing and giving some individuals. Now, individual is a very important person. Not that I have a right. I will give you an example. Very big companies like Tata Group or Reliance or Adani be very big groups, very wealthy, one of the topmost, in the ranking in the world wealth checklist. But they do not have any connection with the member of parliament. Imagine what happened to Hiranandani and Moitra. The moment they go to the member of parliament, it is not being understood properly. After all, a company with 100,000, 200,000, a company like Volkswagen has got about 700,000 people working. And they don't have the connection with member of parliaments. It is not construed differently, actually. But I am an individual. I belong to Ramanathapuram. I have got the right. I have consulted with a lot of my own people who are known to me, based on which I have created a blueprint. That blueprint I am giving to my member of parliament, and I can question him on behalf of the Ramanathapuram District people. I've consulted, or I'm in the process of consulting. I'll give it by sufficient time is available. I will do that. That is what my privilege, which a big company like Tata's and Birlas don't have it. This why I'm telling is that those who are working for such big companies, could be big MNCs, big Adanis and Reliance, you as an individual do exactly what I'm doing now. And my residence is there in Kodaikanal, but I can always go back to my native place. Similarly, you may vote in Mumbai, but your native place may be somewhere in UP or Bihar or anywhere in India. Go to them. An individual working for a big company, well employed and other things and all that. Go back to your roots. Check. Go back to your district headquarters. Collect the information. There are 806 districts in India. I have chosen one. You, at the root level, go and choose one of the districts. I want 806 or 805 available now. Districts be picked up by any one or group of individuals going back to their particular root level and create this one, that is blueprint for that particular district. Let us not talk about $300 billion for Tamil Nadu. Let us talk about $3 billion for Ramanathapuram. So you are bringing down the total this thing is only to a particular district and what that particular district is capable of and take it further to 2030. It is simple. I will give all the formats. There's not in my opinion, it's not a problem whatsoever. But your presence, this thing will have a lot of say in what you can talk to your member of parliament. Who is representing you? They're not representing any other company or that sort of thing. So the track of entanglement, that is agriculture, industry, and services, these three are entangled. It is there everywhere, but it is there in the root level. So what is needed? For example, I have given, if you go through my video podcast number 61, at the end I have given what is the potential of agriculture in Ramanathapuram. I'm indicating, which will not come to light unless you look into it. Ramanathapuram is a district doesn't get any water, and agriculture is being neglected, and we have a major problem. It may be so in every place. How it has to be made to look into the potential of each district and make it more profitable. That's what we are looking at. So any of you who are interested, sitting there in a big companies, well employed, take a holiday for about 2 weeks, go back to your course. You have to come back for voting. Voting is very important. So you have a two-sided opportunity to connect with the member of parliaments where you are voting Number two is where your root village is. Go to the village, talk to the people, bring about what do you want that village has to be. Bring about the revolution within that particular district. One, or within a particular district, there may be 100 or 200 different very big executives living there. I mean, connected with this, like for example, you can be a president CEO of Google, but he has got a native place. Come back to the native place and check what exactly that you can do for, and connect with the member of parliament. So the member of parliaments are connected with, in my case, say $30 billion from today's $3 billion, and given the exercise as to what the blueprint we are looking for, and ask the question. You invite FDIs, you can invite the big companies, you can invite the top technologies, but I want that $3 billion to proceed to $30 billion in my this. So all your questions, all your work that you do in parliament, like Prime Minister Modi had done, when the UP analytics were done and called for, every MP was called for, they started the discussion. Prime Minister Modi came running as to what happened, why I am not being invited. I am also part of the constituencies, that is Varanasi. So this is my file. I've done my homework. This is the report card. Please go through it. The report card of each and every parliamentarian has to be done. They are not here to go and abuse everybody there in parliament, go and catch up with the speakers and other things and all that, and throw the papers, Pelosi type. No, we are not here for that. We have to construct values and deconstruct what is valueless. The link is between you and your parliament. You take the responsibility to see that he takes the ethical responsibility. Then every district will flourish. 806 districts in India, divided by 543 member of parliaments coming in the June 4th, have to be got a specific way of doing the work. Please go through my video explanation and come back to me at any point of time. What I do, I'm going to do. What, if you want any further information on how to do that, I'll assist you. Thank you. Here I would like to recap what we had earlier discussed. This is sector-wide GDP in India 2022-23, and what it would be sector-wide GDP in India 2030-31 on agriculture, industry and services. It was a interesting analytics, and why services has to go down in terms of percentage of the total GDP, which is expected to be about 5 trillion, and why agriculture has to be at 1 trillion, and why industry has to grow more, double in fact. Some of the sectors treble. So that's what we discussed. Then we came to the list of Indian states and union territories, and this is several states of Indian union territories. We had indicated how it would be as on current level of GDP, GSDP of individual states, and totaling about $3.2 trillion at the moment, which we find Maharashtra on the top, and Tamil Nadu, Gujarat, Uttar Pradesh, Karnataka, West Bengal follow closely. This gross state domestic product is what we need or the breakup of the total GDP. Gives an very good indicator. In that, I am selecting Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu is $278 billion with various districts, and this is what I present here. The reason why I am getting into the Tamil Nadu, I'll just explain. The next one, I see I've selected, if you see, Ramanathapuram District. Ramanathapuram District is part of the Tamil Nadu of $278 billion. If you assume about 2%, currently we have about $4 billion for Tamil Nadu, which we can escalate to say 25 or $30 billion by 2030. The reason why I have selected Ramanathapuram districts, Ramanathapuram is my birthplace. I was born there and raised up in that place, schooled there. I'm very close to it. My father was a famous headmaster, Mr. Rajaya, where everybody knows. Volumes had been already written. He had great innings that he had, and everybody in Ramanathapuram loved him and love him too, and that is important. The reason why I'm going to Ramanathapuram is that what I did was that one first. Currently there is a election going on. I went through, and O. Paneerselvam is the independent candidate. My father was a legislator, so I know how well they had been handling during his 12 years. Everybody was a great appreciation of what he did. So for the first time I feel somebody very close to us is becoming a Lok Sabha member, who had been earlier the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu. Today he is an independent and part of an NDA, and he has come. That is one. What he did was that talk to some of the BJP known persons who connected me to that guy who is a youth BJP person, one Atma Karti. I told him about who I am, what I am, and he immediately recognized, and he being a person from Ramanathapuram, and he said he will talk to Paneerselvam. The reason why I wanted him to talk to Paneerselvam is for me to establish the connection to Paneerselvam, that as and when he becomes a Lok Sabha member, I am going to trouble him. I am going to give him a checklist, and because I am interested in Ramanathapuram. So went about and I left it at that. I phoned up another person through the website, I got it, of Chamber of Commerce of Ramanathapuram. One Govindarajan picked it up. I told him I am so-and-so, son of so-and-so. Immediately he recognized. He was such a famous man, continues to be a famous man. I told him my purpose. The agenda is this one: my high school has to be redeveloped, which is in shambles. Number two is economic development of Ramanathapuram district. I want to create a blueprint. That's two. Number three, the Rameshwaram temples and other temples, because so many temples in around Ramanathapuram district. I want that to be taken care. These are the three agenda which I have. He was very happy, and he said he himself, he being a secretary of the Chamber of Commerce, had prepared the list of things that are being given to Paneerselvam. He is supposed to visit on that particular day, so that development of Ramanathapuram is taken care. He also put me to another person who is Jagadishan, who is a president or chairman of Chambers of Commerce of Ramanathapuram, district chairman. I had a long chat, and he happened to be my school alumni. So it became very easy for me to talk to those Jagadishan, Govindarajan, and another person, Ansari. I am yet to talk to him, but he is very close. I know he, Ansari, Dr. Anwardin, and they're all very close to our family. We had done a remarkable big work in those days, and my being connected to those people is very simple. I'm 81 at the moment. My father died in 1974. Our relationship between Muslim and Christian, so it's easy for me to talk to any of those people. My purpose is create good blueprint for Ramanathapuram district as a whole. Prepare that. 19th of April is the election. I won't disturb anybody over there, but subsequently I am already started collecting the information, and then I will give it to the people of Ramanathapuram to endorse it, and then hand over to Paneerselvam, which is likely to be the Lok Sabha member, for him to take care of the blueprint that it is being implemented. This is a very important aspect of what I feel at the moment, because I am very close to Ramanathapuram and the Ramanathapuram people. So I am involved emotionally about that particular blueprint, which is going to be from, say, $3 billion to $30 billion in about 5 years' time. So we have a blueprint, number one. We have a person who is going to look into it. I'm very happy, because if you call back your memory, just a few weeks back, when Uttar Pradesh Lok Sabha members were called to assemble and give their report card of their constituencies, what they have done. Then Prime Minister, it was told, he came running and handed over with a file. Why I was not called? I am also a part of the one of the constituents, and I may be the Prime Minister, but my constituency is Varanasi, which I have to give a report. So this is the report. I may not be able to attend everything. Take this file and read it, and what I have done or not. So such a disciplined soldier we have, Prime Minister Modi, and I would like my Lok Sabha member to be as disciplined as far as Ramanathapuram is concerned. I am coming to the next point. If you see the various information about the various posts and various responses from various companies, amazing number of companies, TCS and EY and Deloitte and Intel Corporation and Wipro and Accenture and KPMG. They're all, the number of people that work is about, each company may have about 100,000 or something on a global basis. This is my request. When we work for a company, we work for a salary. And we may shift our gears, go from one company to the other. It makes no difference to anybody. And this is what is a normal tendency is. Shifting the company is not a major problem. The involvement is not too emotional. Whereas what I am requesting, what I am doing now is doing something or creating a blueprint for Ramanathapuram that is emotional to me. I am directly involved. There are 806 districts in India. There are 543 Lok Sabha members who will get elected in 18th Lok Sabha on June 4th. Any of you who are interested, these 805 districts are available. You pick any one of them of your route. Go to your village, go to your district headquarters, one or two, or all the members of your office and different places that you work. Go to that place. Prepare a similar blueprint for your district. Your involvement for your route is going to be superlative. Nothing will come to that level as what you are doing for your own this thing. By June 4th, end of May, if we are having a 806 districts blueprint, I am telling you, we are going to look at make Prime Minister Modi to work for that. This is very important. We have a superlative executive CEO in Prime Minister Modi, for whom seeing this 806 blueprint of 806 districts, he is going to be absolutely thankful to us. We are giving the individual Lok Sabha members a work and a follow-up, and Prime Minister Modi, I am very sure, will be able to take care of that. So, ladies and gentlemen, I leave it at that, and if you want any information from my side, I am available. Thank you.
God bless the poor and the மாடு கட்டி போரடித்தால் மாளாது சென்னலென்று ஆனை கட்டி போரடிக்கும் ஆனை கட்டி போரடிக்கும் அழகான தென் மதுரை அழகான தென் மதுரை.
மாடு கட்டி போரடித்தால் மாளாது சென்னல் என்று யானை கட்டி போரடித்த அழகான தென்மதுரை. Since using bullocks won't be enough for dehusking paddy grains of such volume for the yield of red grains in the beautiful city of South Madurai, elephants were called for. South Madurai is Vaigai, river Vaigai goes via Madurai. It comes to Ramanathapuram. Ramanathapuram is the end of Vaigai river, and there is a very big dam actually. Periyakanmai we used to say, very big dam, and it never reaches the sea. That is just about 2 kilometers away from Ramnad. We have a sea. That sea it never reaches. It's all being consumed and utilized. I'll tell you why it is true for Ramanathapuram than any other place. In fact, every other place in Madurai district, because of Vaigai river in those days. In my school, Rajas High School, where I had studied, is 2 wings. One is full of these things, buildings and other things, a road, and the other side of the road is full of classes. There are about possibly about the whole road is about a kilometer or that sort of thing, maybe half a kilometer, and it has about 10-20 classrooms. Those 20, every one of us used to study there, and every one of us have studied in that place. Mind you, even today it is called granary hall. That granary hall means is the silos of agriculture produce used to be stuck there. And if you look at that building as a whole, the granary hall, I think the whole of Ramnad can be fed for the whole year. That sort of produce Ramanathapuram used to have. That's why the agriculture produce of Ramanathapuram was very great. The one most important thing which I have been talking about in GDP 2030 is agriculture. The agriculture produce must reach 1 trillion, and it will reach 1 trillion with utilizing agriculture capability of each and every district. There are 806 districts, and Ramanathapuram is one among them. And that's why the one which I would like to emphasize in this particular Ramanathapuram district, for which I am creating a blueprint to be given to the member of the parliament who is going to represent our district, that agriculture be given the most important aspect. Once we are plentiful of the agriculture, we are safe, very safe.